Hi, my precious friends. How are you doing? How's your day going? Today I'm going to cook for you, and I'm going to make a steak and maple pecan carrots and a bonus recipe of cucumber salad. Our scripture is Psalms 127:3. Lo, children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Okay, friends, let's start off with some steak. Now, I'm a little bit embarrassed because I can't remember what cut this was. If it was a New York strip or a ribeye. But I'm not going to get on my channel and pretend like I know everything or remember everything. Um, Anywho, it's nicely marbled, and it's got some good fat on it. And as you see, I'm sprinkling with garlic, salt, black pepper. I keep it simple: salt, pepper, garlic, salt on steak. And I always cook it in some butter, and butter only. And none of that margarine poison crap either. Real butter. And I'm going to be adding some truffle seasoning. It's a Parmesan truffle seasoning. It's a new thing that I had found, and I tried it on the steaks this time. Although normally, like I said, I usually keep it simple and use just garlic powder, salt, and pepper. This time I did add this to it, and it did give it a good flavor. You can go either way, but I recommend you find this truffle seasoning. It is the bomb. Okay, I add it to a hot skillet with melted butter, and this is a grilling skillet. I could have added a little more butter to that. I don't know why I was being so stingy. And generally, when I season my steaks, I will do one side and then put it in the hot skillet with melted butter and get it cooking. And then I will add the seasoning to the other side. I don't flip them and knock off half of the seasoning in between. Another thing I will do is I will cut up an onion, bell pepper, and garlic and put in with my steak at times. You know, it just varies with different recipes and the outcome and what I'm trying to do. I'm cooking these and searing these over a medium-high heat, and I usually stay right with it and watch. See, that pan gave it a nice grill marks on the steak. You want to get the really good seared in on all the sides, and then also it's good to do the little small sides.
It gives it
you
like
can kind of flip it and turn it in the pan.
Grilling pan.
And give the little side just a little moment in that butter. After I get it all seared, I will generally put it in a baking pan, and I always finish it in the oven. Put it in a hot oven, 375, 400, and let it cook a good 20 or so minutes, and then take it out, and then you let it rest. And our meal was the steak with maple pecan glazed carrots, and I had leftover lasagna, and I'll be posting that recipe at some point on the channel. And now I'm going to show you how I made the carrots. Now, normally I would use maple syrup, like 100% maple syrup, but all I had was pancake syrup that had a percentage of maple syrup, so I used that, and pecans, and I seasoned with salt, pepper, and just a little sprinkle of cayenne. And I'm sorry that I don't really have measurements. I just kind of just go with it.
Hey, Chase.
I'm really bad with that, having measurements. I've been cooking a long time, and I just kind of do it according to our taste. And these I actually do bake in the oven, and I had pre-baked them in butter before this step of adding all the ingredients, and took it back out when they were kind of al dente, not done completely, and then I put it back in the oven to finish it off.
That was like a childhood he was like the younger brother of y'all's friend.
Okay, friends, this is an old favorite. This is something that my mom used to make. It's very simple. She called it cucumber salad, and it's really good with a savory, like a pot roast or a meatloaf, which is what I'm having tonight, is a meatloaf. I'm going to throw this recipe on my steak and carrots recipe, just as a little side suggestion for that video. But this is how you do it. I went ahead and peeled the cucumber, and I need to slice it. Now, normally you would have a mandolin or some kind of little grater to give it really thin slices, but I'm in an RV and I've downsized and I've gotten rid of everything that was excess, and I don't have that, so I'm going to have to use my trusty knife and try to slice this as thin as possible. So I'll be back when I get that accomplished. Okay, I have all the cucumber that I was working on sliced, and I'll give you an idea of how thin. Like, it's almost see-through, like paper thin. So that took a little bit of doing with the knife, but I got it done. And the only ingredients in this is sour cream and salt and pepper. And I'm going to start off with maybe 1/4 cup of sour cream and just keep adding, and I'll let you know how much I used. And I don't have a way of filming what I'm doing, so I'll just give you the recipe or the amount that I used at the end, or the rough amounts, because I'm not measuring, I'm eyeball measuring. I'm not doing like specific, put it in a cup and all that stuff. Okay, so I've used approximately, I would say 1/2 cup, definitely more than 1/4 cup, and I've stirred it really, really good. Made sure every cucumber slice is covered and saturated in this sour cream. And the only other thing is you salt it and pepper it really good, and you eat it with something savory, and it just gives it the right balance. So here I am, I'm peppering it. Now you're not going to over salt it, you got to balance that with your taste, but also enough. Got to season your food. And stir that in. It wouldn't be the same if you didn't have that salt in there, though. With the sour cream, it needs it. And you got to have plenty of pepper in there also. Now I'm going to give it a taste, because that's how I do. Needs more salt, definitely. And again, I'm not measuring, I'm just using a salt shaker. This is just a quick little show you how I do it. Maybe someday I'll get it down to a science and measure it and have it. When I make my website, I'll for sure do it for that. And that way it's set in stone. And it's really creamy once you've stirred that sour cream in. And it takes a little doing to actually get it worked into all those slices. You gotta sit and stir. A little more salt. Definitely more pepper. And then I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator to chill. And then when the meal is ready to be served, I'll serve it cold. And it's really good in the summer. I actually like it in the winter too, with a pot roast. It's good anytime you want it. And that's all there is. Voila! Cool summer salad. And there you have it. Bon appetit!
I'd like to welcome anyone new to the channel. Please hit that subscribe and notification bell. Share it out, that helps my channel grow. And to my regular little weirdos that's been with me since day one, thank you, thank you. You all have a blessed day. Lela out.